book reading coming along?
Fine, I guess.
Good. Keep it up. You do enough of it, maybe you can learn to rob like a gentleman, not a laborer.
Well, how do you mean?
Have him get a job in a bank or as a lawyer.
Me?
Why not? You're still real young.
Well, I just never thought...
Start thinking.
All right, I will. Thank you.
How's things?
Don't even ask.
That's how it goes sometimes.
Mary-Beth,
Hey, Arthur.
how's it riding?
Not very good. I hear the most wonderful words in my head, and then I write absolute poppycock. But I love it.
Yeah, me too. My journal. I was reading some the other day. I write like a fool.
One day I'd love a beautiful fountain pen and a great desk in a quiet room and to write the most beautiful stories.
Well, I can't do much about the stories or the quiet room, but maybe I'll find you a pen.
Thank you. Good morning, Arthur.
Hey, folks.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you. Hello, Miss O'Shea.
Good morning, Arthur.
Thank you.
Yes, a long time ago. We all know flowers wither. Ain't no shame in it.
Good morning.
Hi, Arthur.
My lady.
This is pretty good.
Are you okay, Reverend?
I'm sober, if that's what you mean. I've been on quite a tear.
Room here if you want.
Me and Mary-Beth have been so worried about you.
You girls, you have beautiful hearts. Really, you do.
I don't know about that. But we care about you. You seem very sad.
My life took a turn for the worse when I took up with morphine and opium. I was told it would alleviate my suffering, and in many ways,
okay?
they were correct. It made all my previous suffering just seem ridiculous. Now I had real suffering, and I lost everything. My vocation, my faith, my family. And but for Dutch and you poor people, I would have lost my life long ago.
I'm sorry about that.
So am I. And yet I know in a few days I'll be back at it. Searching for I don't know what in that stuff. I've been such a fool. Tell her, Arthur. Tell her what a fool I've been.
We're all fools, Reverend.
You reckon Sean's gonna be okay?
Who knows? I hope so. He usually is.
Oh, good and hot.
Hey. You okay?
Good evening.
You okay in here, Charles?
All right, considering. Sadie.
Charles?
Ma'am, I'm real sorry about all of this.
Jack, you are a sad. Look at those clothes. You... Huh? I'm sorry.
It's okay, Ma.
I ain't much of a mother. I'm sorry. I'll get some money and get you some new ones. Arthur, just had a few dollars. I could clothe my son. John's useless, and I don't know.
Here, I got a little. Will 5 do?
You lovely man. Thank you.
Thanks again for coming fishing with me.
I wish those mean men hadn't ruined it.
Ah, don't worry about them, okay?
Haven't received anything from you in a while, Mr. Morgan.
All right, Pearson. Just make sure it goes into the pot and not your pocket.
Very good. We were getting low. Many thanks, Mr. Morgan.
Evening, Arthur.
Let me see some more smiling, boys. Come on. Life is actually pretty good. 100 years ago, we'd have been indentured men. My people were peasants, starving in a field someplace. My mamas were in Lincolnshire. My daddies were outside of Rotterdam. At least that's what they told me. The modern world is ugly. But the old world was worse. Our job is to make a better world for ourselves. Not go backward, but go forward with hope and dreams. Seriously. And that hope begins now by being hopeful and happy. So cheer up. All of you, cheer up.
You all right?
All good.
All right for some.
Beautiful night. Will you dance with me, Miss Mary-Beth?
No, I will not. I got two less feet.
I'm not a monster, miss.
Of course you're not. You're not that young.
Very funny.
Hey,
Hey, Arthur.
hello, Abigail.
Not now, all right?
Mr. Matthews?
If your pa ain't talking too much, it's just 'cause he's worn out.
I know. Mama told me.
Folks seem happy, Mr. Morgan. We have been provided for.
That we have, Reverend.
Have a fine time, sir.
Here, I hadn't forgotten about that storybook you lost.
Thanks so much, Uncle Arthur. Do you want to have this? I found it near camp.
Sure. Thanks, Jack.
Greetings, my boy.
You'll work it out, Dutch. You always
Sorry about
do.
Jenny. Sure. Me too. I know you were sweet on her. Was it that obvious? Oh, yeah, pretty obvious.
I made sure we buried her carefully. I rolled back and planted some flowers she would have liked.
Did you?
Of course. Least I could do.
Thank you.
When I go, I hope they cover my grave with roses.
When I die, I just want to be buried with friends.
Me too. With friends or with family. I don't think it matters more than that.
Hi, Arthur.
Mary-Beth. So, I got hold of that fountain pen for you.
Oh, thank you, Arthur. Here, please take this. Something I acquired along the way.
Hey, Bill. Anyone ever tell you you're a moron? I'm a what? Sorry, I'll use shorter words. Anyone ever tell you just how dumb you are?
Why don't you go and make us some money? Or get us some food if you're so full of energy. You get that?
Whatever you say, boss.
Do something useful. Both of you! Miss Karen, all good? Yep. Yeah! Yeah!
Help a fella out! Come on! Give a fella a nickel! Give me a dime!
So, feeling better? How's the scar?
I heal pretty fast.
Lucky you. So you just lazing about, or you got any leads?
I got something. You see them?
Sure. Well, you see yourself as a shepherd now?
Maybe. Come on.
Well, where exactly are we going?
Collect something. Help us get some sheep.
You know, that attempt to seem all enigmatic and interesting, that might work for Dutch, but for you, it just makes you look stupid.
Come along.
You'll see. That train job was a start, but we need more money. Till we can get back to Blackwater and collect.
I'm here to tell you. We try to collect that money anytime soon, it'll come with a noose.
I was worried you'd say that. Dutch says that we...
Dutch says a lot. That's his gift. Saying things.
Oh, yeah? What do you mean by that?
I was the prize pony once. Now I'm the workhorse. Listen, Dutch is... But, well, you was at that thing in Blackwater. We already seen Pinkertons here. New century's coming. This life, this way, well, we're the last, I reckon. And we ain't long for it.
Then that's the way it goes, I guess.
For me, yes.
All right.
So where are we going?
Just need to pick up something. There's a hitching post over there. Tether the horse and I'll meet you across the street.
I already don't like how this is going. Gun store?
Yep. Can you, head in, pick up a sniper rifle? I'll explain later.
Don't you wear yourself out now.
Oh, well, hello again. How can I help you today?
Looking for a rifle? Something with a sight on it.
Shouldn't be a problem. You want to see what we've got? It's all in the catalog here.
I'm gonna have to take this on credit.
Well, no, wait. We ain't even discussed terms.
Or I can take it in a way that ain't so polite.
Okay, fine. You can pay me later.
Good?
Sure.
Let's go.
Hello?
Come, boy.
Hold on now.
Why couldn't you have done that?
Done what?
Bought that gun.
I had a run-in with that fella earlier. We ain't on the best of terms.
You had a run-in. I've had a run-in with half that town.
Calm down. It's done now, ain't it?
Why are you being so cagey about all this? Always playing some goddamn game.
Me? I ain't the one taking Jack on fishing trips.
No, you ain't. If you say the boy ain't yours, what's the difference? You probably only run off again.
Why are you so interested in my life? Ain't you got one of your own?
Just do one thing or another. Not be two people at once, that's all I'm saying.
It ain't that simple. You know that as well as anyone. Same as with you and that girl... What was her name? Mary?
That was different.
No, it ain't. Just the same.
Anyway, for the love of God, will you tell me what you got me doing here before I turn around and hit the breeze?
There's a herd of sheep coming down to auction from Emerald Ranch. Folk in town were saying the owner's trying to stamp out every farm from here to Ansburg.
Yeah, I know that place.
Go on! head up to the ridge up there. Get a proper view. So I'm thinking that the herd will make it to auction all right, but a couple of new ranch hands will be collecting on the sale. Doubt the town will care to notice too much.
Why we need this rifle you couldn't buy yourself?
Reckon we shouldn't get too close. At least not till we know what we're dealing with. Let's see what we can see from up here. Okay, I think that's them over there.
So what now?
Put a shot in near them. I reckon they'll hightail it. They're only ranch hands. Just watch the sheep. Yep, that spooked them all right. Put the gun down. All right, let's go round them up. Quick, before they all run off on us.
What?
Let's go get the strays.
You ever work on a ranch, Marston?
No. You?
Oh, day here or there, but not much.
Most cowboys I know are dumb as trees. How hard could it be?
I guess we'll soon find out. Let's get these things. Bring them back to the yards.
Yeah! They're pretty scattered. Let's get them all rounded up. Whoa!
Well, move it up. Move! Come on. Up, up. Yeah.
All right, I think we got them all. Let's head for town.
You know what? Marston, why don't you leave the sheep to me? You ride Shank, keep watch for any trouble.
I brought you in on this.
It'll be quicker this way. Trust me. This ain't the right time for you to be learning how to herd.
All right, whatever you say. I'm done arguing.
Let's go.
That's more like it.
Move it. Keep moving.
Quickest route back to Valentine is right around that mountain.
Okay. Like I said, I'll handle this. Yeah! Go, go! Yeah, yeah! Come on! Move! Up, up!
Now you got it!
Yeah! Move it up!
Yeah!
Let's go!
Close her up, boys.
There you go.
Fine sheep.
They're okay.
Well, you seen better around here?
I've seen ones with less ambiguity about their provenance.
A lot less.
What you trying to say?
I'm trying to say, you give me 25% kickback, and I won't say nothing to nobody.
Everything all right here?
Excuse me?
Sure, I'll excuse you for 25%.
Do you want me to put another hole in your head?
Folks swing for rustling livestock. 25%.
15.
20.
18.
Done. Calm yourself, friend. Just think of it as I'm buying your sins.
You're buying. But we're paying.
Go on now.
Come back after the auction. You'll get your money.
Dutch is waiting for us at the saloon.
He is?
I'd put a little distance between you and this herd if I were you.
18%. I thought we was doing the robbing here.
Still good money.
What's the matter with you?
Well, thanks for all the help with this. Can't herd, can't swim.
Give it a rest, will you? We ain't kids no more.
No, it never really was.
Come on, sunshine. I'll buy you a whiskey.
Not everything, but
After
in the
you,
end,
sir.
I don't believe in absolutes, just shades of gray. Compromises.
Compromises. Well, I have never been a man for compromises, and I fear at my age I am too old.
Gentlemen.
Dutch, Leopold.
Where have you been?
Working. Marston's thing.
Good. And?
We're just waiting to get some pay on a few sheep.
Leopold, my good friend, as long as you're here, why don't you and John go make sure there ain't no funny business?
Of course.
Gentlemen, drink?
Sure.
Nothing like talking to old Strauss to make you want to blow your own brains out. I should have left him where I found him all those years ago. Bookish little Austrian, fresh off the boat, his eyes out on stalks.
Well, I guess the Dutch Vanderlyn Finishing School has some strange graduates.
That it does. To your good health.
Thank you.
Vanderland! Get out here! Get out
What
here
the
now!
hell?
Vanderland! You don't know me, but you keep robbing me! My name is Leviticus Cornwall. I am not a man to be messed with by the likes of you! Get out here before I have these men killed!
What do you think?
Get out here,
Well,
you depraved piece of trash!
You start spinning the yarn, and When I think the moment's right, I'll make a move.
got where I am by letting
Why
scum
not?
like you rob from me? Vandalin, you're done. Now get out here now!
Deal with this nonsense.
Please, gentlemen, this is a terrible mistake. This is a case of mistaken identity. What is worse than admonishing a man for the sins of another who wants to be the Messiah? Not me, nor do I want to be this Dutch Vanderlyn, whomever he may be. I am Archibald Smith, a lay preacher. For God's sakes, Arthur, will you get to it? Someone! I'm trying! And... Get behind the wagon as we push, Arthur! You can use it as cover! What are you doing, Arthur? What are we doing? Get out of here! You shut up and kill these bastards! Bring that coward Cornwall out here! This is madness! You're on the front line now, Mr. Stroud! Is that all you got? Should be smart! I can't do this! You ain't pushing this thing! We are just gonna walk! Horses are over there! Grab Strauss and let's go!
Where did they all come from?
Looks like we're clear. Let's go. Put Strauss on the back of John's horse, and let's get out of here. You make sure nobody's following us. We'll get back to camp. We're gonna gather the troops and get them to start packing up. Ugh.
Sure. We can't stick around after this.
Let's go! Yeah!
All right.
Put him down now.
All right. I better get out of here. Yep. Come on, pal. Yep. Ah! 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 Yeah! Ah! Ooh! Go, go! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Yeah! Go! Ah! Ah! Faster! Ah! Easy, easy.